Where I am now, better than before, through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place, a tender warm embrace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, Where I Am Now. Where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio. And if you want to hear us on the World Wide Web, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com or WPCE 1400 or WGPL 1350 AM. And guess what? You can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the hosts of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
And our WPCE 1400 AM radio station listeners and Peace 95.3 FM.
Facebook Live. On and popping. Make sure you like, share, and make sure you comment. We'll shout you out later on. We also want to welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
Like, share,
and
subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe, follow. Do what you got to do. We need the numbers.
That's right. Like, share, and subscribe.
But you know what, Mr. E, we support everybody out there, and we definitely support our community.
Are you looking for an affordable, reliable, high-quality child care program that offers transportation? Are you a child care specialist looking to grow with an industry-leading company with great benefits and pay? If you answered yes to either question, Heavenly Hearts Impact Center is for you. We are now hiring and enrolling for our new Heavenly Hearts Impact Center, located in the city of Portsmouth, Virginia. Join the Heavenly Hearts Impact Center today. For more information, call 757-254-8156. That's 757-254-8156. The Heavenly Hearts Impact Center, where tomorrow begins today.
Mr. E, we have to mention the weekend. What a beautiful weekend. Mother's Day, and talking about being pampered, and not only that, seeing so many wonderful, beautiful posts on social media, people putting mothers up, those that are here and those that have, passed away, and it was absolutely beautiful.
I think now, Miss Hinton, everybody is making big deals, and those who, they just broadcasted a lot. It wasn't a lot of gifts given. It was more flowers that was given out around the city besides for you.
All right, Mr. I'm sure everybody, every mother was blessed. I definitely was. I was pampered, of course, and just, showered with wonderful gifts.
That's what it's all about, to pamper, and pamper.
Yes, but it's Monday, and this is what? Sports Talk. Oh, my goodness. What about the weekend? Now, Mr. E, we have a special guest on the phone with us, and he's going to talk some tea with us. Who do we have, Mr.
Ronnie Joyner? And we want to say a pleasant good morning to you, Mr. Joyner. Good morning. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be back with you all once again on another beautiful Monday morning. I want to say happy Mother's Day to you, Miss Hinton, from yesterday. I hope that you had a great day yesterday, being pampered and everything by your family.
I tell you what, it was wonderful, Ronnie. I'm telling you, it was really beautiful. I got plenty of rest. I'm on and popping this morning. But look, Ronnie, we are so glad to have you on. You've been on before. This is Ronnie Joyner Jr., and he comes from a great line of wonderful people, a beautiful mother. And Ronnie, tell them where you're from and tell them why you love sports so much.
Well, born and raised in Chesapeake, Virginia, 757, born and bred. I love sports so much because I played football in high school.
Wow.
Shout out to Eddie River High School, by the way. It's sports has just been a big part of my life ever since I've been born because my family is a love of sports. My dad was a track and field star. My mother was a cheerleader back in the day. So it's embedded in my family.
It's in the blood.
Yeah.
I tell you what, who's your team? And I know they may not be with us at this point, but who are they?
Basketball, my team is the San Antonio Spurs. I'm always going to be a Spurs fan. And my football team, NFL, the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, great team.
But we're looking good this year. We got a few trades in the offseason. Got a couple of good draft picks coming in. So I think we're gonna make a little bit of noise this coming year.
I hope so. It's a good team with the brand that everybody loves, the Dolphins. But let's talk about this weekend, Mr. E. Before we do the weekend, Mr. E, there was a game that was during our week last week that you wanted to mention.
That's right. It was a game that we looked at last week. Was the 76ers. Was the Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns last week, but we had one this Saturday.
Absolutely.
That was a barn burner. Just before we get into that, Ms. Hinton, I want to ask Mr. Joyner, allegedly, the Lakers said that they was going to get rid of LeBron James. What do you think about that?
If they do, they would be the most... that would be the craziest move they ever made in the history of the franchise.
Mr. E, why would they get rid of LeBron James?
Well, his contract. They said on the humor, rumor says this, that they are not going to extend his contract runs out 2023. And they're not going to extend it. I don't know what the problem may be, but they're not extending his contract. So, Ronnie, do you think that's fair for them not to extend his contract?
I don't think that it's fair because LeBron has only signed 2-year deals recently. He signed a 2-year deal with the Cavaliers before he left to go to LA.
Okay.
So this is natural for LeBron when they sign 2-year deals.
Okay.
I've never seen him sounding like a long-term with anybody. So 2 years, that's about his limit.
Okay.
Well, where will he go next? He will continue to play, or somebody else going to scoop him up?
Well, LeBron is 37 years old.
Okay.
But he's still one of the top players in all the world. So But I really don't think he's going to go anywhere else. I still see him staying in LA at least one more year. But I think that eventually he may go back home to Cleveland.
Well,
if he goes back to Cleveland, I think that with that young nucleus that they have now, I think he can help them out tremendously, but that's all depending on the organization.
Well, when I was listening to the LA Lakers commentating the other day, I heard Magic Johnson said that they can get rid of all them old heads they have up there. Everybody on that starting five is in their 30s. And since everybody's in their 30s, they need to put some young bucks out there. But they said it's time to go.
Wow.
So I want to take you back to Saturday night game, Ronnie. Let's talk about the Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks. Tell me a little bit about that. What do you think about that series?
I think that the Boston Celtics have awakened a sleeping giant.
Ooh.
Because Giannis just completely lost his mind.
I know that's right.
On Saturday. 42 points.
That's right, 42
Wow.
points.
Yes, they were the playoff Giannis.
Uh-huh.
So and the playoff Giannis is a little bit different than the regular season.
Okay.
Yes. The
What
score?
I think Boston might be a little trouble.
All right. What about them Golden State Warriors and on Saturday and those Grizzlies?
On Saturday, I just saw a complete obliteration.
Wow.
I've never 142 points,
That's right.
and they won by 30.
Did you say 142?
142 points.
Oh my.
And they won by
142 points, and they won by 30.
30
So,
points.
Amazing.
So now
I think
the series are 2-1 on both
Yeah.
Grizzlies and the Bucks. Now, who you think gonna take that series? This series, the Grizzlies against the Warriors, or the Celtics against the Bucks?
first of all, there's Milwaukee and Boston. Milwaukee and Boston. If Boston doesn't get their act together in the upcoming game, I can see Milwaukee taking the rest of the series in 6. As far as Golden State and Memphis goes, Golden State still should not sleep on Memphis because unfortunately John Morant, the NBA's most improved player, got injured in the last game. But the Grizzlies have only lost 2 games.
Yeah.
He has not played. So
That's why I'm so shocked at this score, 142 to 112. Didn't they just beat Golden State recently on one of the games? Then they came back. Golden State came back. But what in the world is going on is that you're being beat by 30 points?
And I can't wait until tonight's game. Now, I want to jump a little further to Sunday's game.
Oh my goodness.
When you saw the Phoenix Suns and the Mavericks. I thought you said the last time you was with us that you were looking for Phoenix to take it away.
Yeah, I was, but I underestimated the Mavericks.
I know that's right.
Yes.
The Mavericks came out on fire. And now that series is tied 2-2. So now that series can go either way. But everybody knows that in series like that, the pivotal game is game 5.
Okay.
And most of these series are coming to game 5. So these are going to be the pivotal games of these series. Whoever wins these games, they have the distinct advantage of winning the series.
Wow.
So it's all matters who's going to win these next couple of games.
That's right. What about them 76ers and the Miami Heat? The Miami Heat was on.
I watched the game yesterday, and when the Heat were up 2-0, but that other monster, Joel Embiid, made his return in game 3, and gave them a much needed boost.
Wow.
Well, Harden didn't do too.
In game 4, it was James Harden.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
tell
right.
you what.
James Harden was a former league MVP.
Yeah.
He was good.
And he
So now that series is up in the air. So, like I said, that's coming out to a game 5 too. Well, with game 5, I think I'm a chance to win the series, but I could probably see the Sixers and the Heat probably going 7.
Wow.
They might go 7.
Ronnie, who do you think is going all the way to the top? Going to be the number 1. Just give us just a glimpse in your crystal ball.
A glimpse. it's really up in the air right now.
Okay.
It's really up in the air because there's so many great teams.
I know.
No one has really stressed themselves out to say we're the superior team. So really, I've never seen the NBA this wide open in a long time.
You say it's any man's game. Anybody, any of these guys have a chance.
Anybody. Really, I think anybody.
Wow.
Anybody.
Well, I tell you what, we want to thank you for calling in and sharing sports talk with us. We hope to talk with you real soon. You be blessed and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow, Mr. E, the games on last night were wonderful, wonderful games. Now, my thing, I had a problem with the first game that I looked at, which was the Phoenix Suns, I believe, and the Mavericks. And did you think it was any bullying going on? They was rough. They were the roughest, toughest guys coming out of the gate. I mean, they played so hard. I thought it was just almost like street basketball.
You know, that finesse, that's the way that game, that's getting you off your game.
They got the absolutely.
That's getting you off your game, putting you in a strategy. All of that's what they're doing is strategizing, getting you off your game. If I get you in foul trouble at the beginning of the game, then guess what? I got an opportunity to beat you. That's what last night, that's the game that we saw against Dallas Maverick and the Phoenix Sun. I saw that last night. Now, Phoenix Sun tried to get the Mavericks off their game.
Yes, absolutely.
They got them in foul trouble, but the Mavericks did not allow that monster to get a hold of them. They did not let it happen.
You know, I enjoyed that game, but when I saw the second game with the Heat, Miami Heat and the 76ers, I saw a more diplomatic way of playing. And I really felt more comfortable with that one because let me tell you why. You know, like you were saying, you know, it's all in the skill and the strategy and things like that. But when it comes to, you know, the rough housing and stuff, to me, it's hard to see the skills of the players, you know, in a sense. You know, if you got a lot of pushing and shoving and falling to the ground and stuff, to me, that is not great basketball. But I know it is a strategy.
Yeah.
But with the other teams, the Heat and the Miami Heat and 76ers, more diplomatic. You could see what everybody was doing, how they were playing. You know, it was just like a dance. They were just gliding on the court. It was beautiful.
And you saw the difference in defense.
Yes.
You saw the zone that they was playing. You saw the different settings that they had up there where they was trapping and keeping out. You saw basic basketball, which they're no longer teaching, which they're no longer teaching now, that you saw basic basketball, that they're no longer teaching now. Our caller will be calling in about 2 minutes. So you saw about basic basketball. They're going back to the science of ball game. See, in basketball now, in a sport, all the high school cats want to do is to be able to shoot 3-pointers.
Yes.
They don't want to play no defense. They don't want to play no offense. They just want to play ball and shoot 3-pointers. Last night, you saw for yourself the Philadelphia 76ers playing great defense.
Absolutely. I enjoyed that game.
They were strategizing and playing great defense, 3-2. They was playing zones. They was playing keep away. And that's how they wound up last night, being 10 points ahead of the Miami Heat.
Now, the team was Suns and the Mavericks. You know, there was a little drama going on at that game. Chris Paul family was attacked. I said, I got to serve that team.
Allegedly, well, they...
No, you could actually see it, wherein Chris Paul is having a fit. This young man began to push from the other opposite team, began to push on the mother and the wife of Chris Paul. Chris Paul saw it. You know, Chris Paul had got...
That's why he got fouled out. Yeah.
And so it was so much drama in the stands. But anyway, Yeah, so that game to me was a lot of drama, a lot of rough housing and stuff like that. But I enjoyed that one as well.
Even though you get your family involved and everybody gonna come out there, that's basketball, that's sports where folks really get ignorant out there. They
pushing somebody's mommy on
she must have been running her mouth and got in somebody's face. You know, her baby Chris Paul, CP. He done got kicked out of the game. Tell
us why Chris Paul got kicked out of the game.
See, Chris Paul plays dirty ball. See, a lot of people,
really?
He's still thinking that he's playing old ball.
Okay.
See, some of the things that you do in basketball back in the days of old, you got away with it. You can't run down the court and stop in front of somebody and knock them down. You can't do that. You can't stand up in the air arena and stick your posterior out and try to block somebody. You can't do that. Chris Paul, they did that back in the days of old. So Chris Paul, he was trying to do whatever he could do in order to play that ball game.
It was a rough game. I mean, it was like, hey, we're gonna throw everything out there. We're going to do it our way. It was amazing. So many fouls, and it was just crazy.
So what do you think about when you saw Chris Paul, when you saw the Miami Heat playing?
Oh, my goodness.
And the 76ers. What do you think about those two that Ronnie mentioned just a few minutes ago about Harden and also Everette?
You know, I wanted to ask you about Harden because somebody said that they were not going to offer Harden any big time money because he was in the 30s.
Right.
You know, like they're ready for the senior citizen home or something. What is this?
You know, he was with Brooklyn.
Okay,
he
yeah.
used to play with Kevin Durant. He used to play with Kevin Durant and the other fellow at Brooklyn. He used to play with the Golden State Warriors. All them cats that he used to play with. Now he's at Philadelphia 76ers and he's in the playoff.
Absolutely.
Now, can you imagine Kevin Durant sitting on the sideline right now saying and talking bad about Harden? And Harden just went off last night.
But Harden to me is a celebrity. He's been named among the great. I noticed him when he first started playing because of the beard.
Yeah.
And, you know,
he started that trend too.
He started that trend. And to me, he's a great player. I would hate to see him go, but like I said, the T and the word that's on the street, that they're not going to offer him any more big money because of his age.
They're going to get him.
He
got a little finesse with him. He, you know, they said his steps are slow now. So they said he's not as fast. But last night, you couldn't tell that his steps was not fast.
Yes. Well, we have a caller.
Good morning.
And a special guest, Mr. E's going to introduce it.
I want to say good morning to my nephew, Mr. James Luther Everette. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing wonderful. I had an opportunity to talk with you yesterday about some of your teams. Did not you tell me that you was a Phoenix man?
Miami Heat.
Oh, you're Miami Heat. Okay, so you're
Miami Heat.
All right. So look, how have you been enjoying the games? How have you been enjoying the season? What do you think about the games on the weekend?
Oh, it was beautiful because we didn't for a couple of days. We didn't have no basketball going on at all.
Absolutely.
But these last couple of games made it very interesting because all the series is almost 2-2.
Yeah.
I think Boston got robbed, but they didn't show up to play to the fourth quarter. You know, but there was a foul at the end of the game, so we'll see what they do today and make it 2-2.
Now, what do you think about the Mavericks? You think the Mavericks showed up yesterday?
Yes, they did. They surprising people, ain't they? Everybody thought Phoenix was going to be this juggernaut that was going to sweep right through the Western Conference. But Dallas said, hold on, wait a minute. We got some stars over here too. The boy Luka done. Oh my God.
Oh yes.
Let's pause and rewind and go to Saturday game with the Golden State Warriors and the Grizzlies. 30 points. 30 points.
What happened?
That boy Tom Morant got hurt. When he got hurt, that was it. Yeah, they was all discombobulated. I think got hurt, but they's like a team that plays good without him. But when he got hurt, they was all out of function. But when they come back this game, you'll see a whole different one. Also, we got to remember that boy Desmond Bain for Memphis, he got a back injury.
Okay.
But the whole time when John Morant was hurt, he was the man, but his back been bothering him here lately.
See, I believe that we got a lot of excuses now because they're getting ready to go down. Them Golden State Warriors, I'm pulling for them. They're getting ready to take.
You would.
Yeah.
You always want to be the favorite, the juggernaut besides when it comes to Cowboy, but that's another story for another day. But,
Yes.
You know, I've always been a Cowboy fan. Been a Cowboy fan.
Yeah,
But
they gonna win the championship every year before they play games.
well, you got to look at it. The Green Bay Packers, the Cheesehead.
We're gonna stick with basketball. Don't worry about
That's the right. We're talking about the NBA. Absolutely.
First of all, you got to get a quarterback.
The games are getting very good now.
Absolutely.
Like my Miami Heat, I'm getting a little scared right now. Ever since Joe B came back, and if James Harden play like that, it's just gonna be hard to beat them.
Yes.
I know that's right.
Tell us about the season for your team, Miami Heat. How do you feel about how they've been playing all the time throughout the season?
We're playing good. It's always something missing. We got so many good players. We very deep. We run about a 10-deep squad. Mm-hmm. And you don't know who's gonna be out there playing. So the coach, Scopes, he's been missing and matching lineup. Like now, we paying the guy Duncan Robinson $90 million to the boy to shoot the 3-pointers, and he ain't played none this whole series. He's been throwing Victor Oladipo in the game, so he's missing matching lineup so much, and you can't do that in the playoff. We would have known one seed, but you got to come with a play or lineup and stick with it.
Do you think all the players are going down to the fifth game or the seventh game?
Who?
Or the sixth game, the playoff series, or you think it's going all the way down the wire?
I think it'll be a lot of them gonna be seven game series.
Okay.
It'll be 7.
Now
right now it's 2-2, so a lot of the series are 2-2, so that means it's 0-0. So you're starting fresh again.
Now give us your prediction on the finals. We have about 4 minutes. Give us your prediction. Who you think?
Of course, from the East. I can't say nothing but the
that's right. That's right. Stick with your team.
You really think the Heat? Nephew. You really think that the Heat's going to really pull it off?
They've been playing good all the time, the whole season. He said they've been playing good.
Question. You really think every year the Cowboys will win a championship, right?
I really do. I really do.
Okay,
do you now see when you throw a shade now, you want to throw shade. Do you really think?
Of course, I think my Heat gonna win it.
Do you really think the Cheesehead's gonna win something?
Always. As long as I got that number 12, I got a chance.
He's going home.
James, tell us about LeBron. Mr. E just served some tea, said that LeBron may be on his way out. What do you think?
Yeah, because, one thing about Father Time is always undefeated.
Okay, now.
All the time. I don't care how much money you spend on your body. All the time is always undefeated.
He's a celebrity.
Last time I checked, he ain't getting no younger.
That's a shame. Now, look, when do you think they should go, when a player should go in the NBA? At 30? 40? What? How old should they be?
I mean, if you can play long as you can to get that money, I would. But once you start accumulating all these injuries, and then you got to start thinking about another career because the body gonna tell you when I can't go no more.
They said Harden they wasn't gonna give him that big time money because he's over the hill.
Yeah, he spent a lot of money. I think it's like $1.2 million every year.
Yeah,
and that little chamber he got to keep his body. But you see, that ain't doing too much because he started to get injured every year.
Well, see, you ain't going to be talking about Harden now. You just got to leave bro Harden alone. But I want to jump on the Lakers. The rumor says that they're not going to, when LeBron James' contract in 2023, it's not going to be extended.
Nah, I don't think he's going to extend it. LeBron, he got that history. He don't really sign no extension.
Yeah, that's right.
He put his contract in, and then he make his own decision. He don't really lock himself in like that.
Now, what about the Lakers? Are they over the hill? Are they really over the hills? Because everyone on the Lakers squad is about in their 30s.
Well, first of all, you got to look at the Lakers. You got to look at their front office. None of them people in the front office are qualified. Kurt Rambis,
They all was
Come on
Lakers.
now.
They
You
all
know,
was
they-
Lakers.
They all old, but you know, that team should have never get put together anyway.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
You gotta look at the front office first and foremost with the Lakers. They totally messed that whole thing up, man, because they got rid of all the young guns like Brandon Ingram, you know, Lonzo Ball.
You just
all
a hater.
them boys now
You
they
just a
starting to
hater.
blossom. You know, Julius Randle. They got rid of all them boys.
You just a hater.
That's
You got the front office right, man.
crazy. Well,
Rob Kalinka, he's never been a GM. He was Kobe Bryant's agent. All of a sudden he turned GM.
That's
Kurt
right.
Rambis, and his wife never been a GM. So you got unqualified people in top management positions and drafting by names in the back of the jersey.
well, I tell you what,
Westbrook? Come on, man.
we're gonna have you come back now. We're gonna see how all this plays out. But thank you so much for joining us and just having your input on our Sports Talk
It's been a pleasure.
Monday.
Anytime.
You
guys have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Come on over here on Twitter or whatever platform you want to come on, Facebook Live, and we're going to continue to talk about sports and some other things that are going on at FYI. Be blessed. See you on Wednesday.
Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with the host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. And for more information about FYI, you can call us at area code 757-714-7861. And thank you so much for tuning in on WGPL 1350 on Peace 95.3 and 1400 WPCE. And don't forget to have a wonderful, 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 wonderful morning.
Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful day. We want to say good morning to Roberta Carter, sitting here looking all pretty on our feed. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. And my beautiful friend, Sheila Robbins, is here with us. Good morning, so much joy to you, and thank you so much for the Mother's Day blessing. You all make sure you like and share and comment and follow, subscribe. We'll shout you out before we leave here. We want to know who you are, and we want to just thank you for your support.
Yeah. You're doing a wonderful job and with your support. And I hope both of you ladies had a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day.
So many Mother's Day wishes from so many people. It just felt so good. Social media everywhere, and friends giving shout outs and love and just everything right there for us to just feel good and warm. And for being a mother, being a mother is one of the most beautiful things you could ever do. It's just so beautiful. And I have 2 children, I have a grandson, and and I have a nephew who I'm auntie mom. And I just love them, and I love all of them. My nephew, who is going to be our guest on Wednesday, Mr. Jason Baker, who's a life coach, author, and he's just got a whole lot going on. He's going to be with us sharing. And he was there for the day before Mother's Day with his wife, Vaughn, and it was just beautiful.
When you get to talking about Mother's Day, I began to talk yesterday in my morning service from the passage of John, the 19th chapter, and the 25th, 26th verse, and how Jesus looked down while he was on the cross and said, "Woman, behold thy son."
Yes.
Mothers had to go through a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
They had to endure a whole lot. Mm-hmm. Mothers are always the last to eat. They're always the last to go and get their clothes. They put everybody first.
See, that's true.
Before they even think about themselves. As I begin to look at the text yesterday, Miss Hinton, and I want to tell all the ladies, I applaud you so much because you had to endure so much. Can you imagine you as a mother seeing your son being spit upon, seeing your son being ostracized. And not only that, seeing your son being whipped.
Absolutely.
One thing I can say about his mother, on every occasion, she was right there.
Right there.
She was right there at the end of the cross. She was right there with her son going down Judgment Hall. As he carried his cross, she was right there, still holding up the bloodstained banner.
Absolutely.
And
Right
and
there.
have
That's the
not
truth.
fallen apart yet. I mean, she didn't break down, but she was right there showing great
Absolutely.
support for her boy.
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of people
That's
may
the
not
word.
never understand. A woman, a mother, shows great support for her child, regardless if he's in penitentiary or not, regardless
Yes.
if he's doing right or wrong. She's got that support that holds fast, that clinging support. And not only that, the mother has
Yes.
great love for her child, that she don't have to divide the love up. She
Yes.
has love for whatever child there's.
That's
If
the
it's the
truth.
oldest child, she got oldest child love. If it's the baby child, she got the baby
It's
child love.
true.
If it's the grandchild, she got grandchildren love. I mean, my hat's
wow.
off. And when I looked at the text yesterday and I saw Jesus on the cross, and he looked down at his mama as they was gambling over his clothes, instead of they just giving him
Yes.
the garments, his shirts, instead of he just giving him his garments, they turned around and shot lots on. They gambled over his lots.
Absolutely.
And then they gave him vinegar while he was in the hot sun, but she still had to
That
take
is
it.
the
So I'm
truth.
saying to you, you mothers deserve everything that you got yesterday
That is beautiful,
and
Mr. E.
more.
And mother's love is like that. It's just it's all in the bloodstream. The love of a mother for her child is just something that you just have to know it and experience to really know what it feels like to love, to carry a child, to birth a child, to see them grow from a little teeny person to a grown-up adult. It's just amazing. Their characteristics, you see yourself in them. You see the love that you give. You just see them. You just see everything that you've invested in the lives of your children, as they grow and everything. And then you see the love of God, that God would put something inside of you, that a human that will grow to be a person. It is just a beautiful thing. I think that's what where the appreciation first started, Miss Edith. God would he would take and give a woman that charge to carry a child, to nurture a child, to birth a child, and to bring a child up. What an assignment.
That's
what
a great
an
assignment.
assignment.
That's a great assignment. We got to let our listening audience know also that you have a children's song, so that just in case they need to listen to it, or just in case they need to have it in their libraries, you got to go and get that children's song that Miss Yolanda, the lady Hinton, has. My God, tell them a little bit about that song.
Wow, now I can sing.
Yeah.
I got a lot of nice little songs, but I do have one that's online. You all can go and visit there. Now I can sing. When my children were little, and also some other kids that I knew were part. My niece was a part of that song, and it's just a cute little jingle type song that I like to work on. And I did record that one, and you all can go along with. Go ahead, Missy.
And that other one called My Little Angel.
Oh my goodness, My Little Angel is the one that is the current one, which is I wrote for my children. It is definitely expression of how I feel about them. Good morning, Modell Lewis. Isn't that beautiful? She's on with us. But it expresses the love for my children and who they are and how they've grown, and the life that they give me, and they inspire me. It's just the sentiment of my heart and my feelings toward them. I just styled it in a jazz genre, and put it out there. So that one is today current, and you all please go online and download that beautiful song.
So that was for Mother's Day. You should have picked that up and got that little song and put it in your library, because I just want to say, you mothers has to endure.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness,
you
yes.
had to go through a lot, and I can imagine when your son or your daughter get a black eye or fall down and get a boo-boo on their knee, and how your reactions may be. I never seen, like with my mother, I never seen a woman got so much magic in their hands when you scratch.
That's right.
When you scratch
Absolutely.
and fall down. How it feel now, son?
You become the doctor.
That's right.
You become the nurse.
That's right.
Absolutely. The surgeon, everything. Because, like I said, when God entrusts a life, a soul to you, you just appreciate it, and you see the bigness and the greatness of this position that God has put you in. It's amazing.
So my hat's off to you, mothers, and again, I can't express it so much that I just want to say Happy Mother's Day. And to the ones I did not say Happy Mother's Day to, I just want to let you know, when I begin to read in the book of John, the 19th chapter, and I saw Mary, Jesus' mother, at the foot of the cross, and right there standing by her son every step of the way, and still strong and still holding up and never broke down. So my hat's off to you.
Yes. Now, Miss Modell Lewis, she's one of our regular viewers, and Mr. E said that he was going to award someone a gift card for Mother's Day, and Miss Modell Lewis has been chosen as one of the that will receive the gift card on Mother's Day FYI Radio show. And Mr. E, of course, will get your information and find out how we can get the gift card to you. It's been a blessing. Getting back to Sports Talk, we want to thank Ronnie Joyner Jr. and James Everett for being on FYI Radio show. They have a passion for the game. They love it, along with Mr. E is another one. Oh my goodness, I can imagine they can talk all day and all night about sports. But, they watch the game. They love the game. They have their team. I can't wait for Mr. E. Now, Mr. E has kind of like is on the sideline, but there are teams that he supports. So, Mr. E, tell us a little bit about the teams that you support, and who do you feel like is really, really getting it?
Miss Hinton, when you look at it, depends on what side of the track.
Mm-hmm.
I love race car also. And I used to like Richard Petty in the race car, and Dale Earnhardt.
Yes.
But I switched races now. There's an African-American brother that's riding in the race car business. And his owner is none other than Michael Jordan. Ooh. A lot of people don't know that Michael Jordan owns race cars. And Michael Jordan is the one that played with the Chicago Bulls and broke all the records.
Absolutely.
So he owns race car, and now he's got a guy out there driving for him. I also like basketball. I used to be head over heels in love with the Lakers back in the day. So right now I'm going with the Golden State Warriors. I'm going with
that's all right.
I'm going with the 76ers.
Yes.
And I'm going with Milwaukee Bucks. So
really?
I'm torn with them. Phoenix Suns, they don't have it. That Miami Heat, they don't have it. I'm looking at how folks are changing and playing finesse. I'm a back to basics. I'm a back to the foundation. Because every now I revisit in my life my foundation, so that I can push myself to the next level.
Absolutely.
If you lose focus on your foundation and when you try to move to another level, you're gonna miss out. Yesterday, I saw basketball at its finest when I saw the Philadelphia 76ers started playing zone. I see we talk to so many young coaches that's playing in the league now. All they want to do is have the children get out there and shoot three-pointers, shoot, and don't want to teach them basic basketball. On the college level, we had talked to great coaches.
Absolutely.
All they want to do is shoot three-pointers, but when it all balls down, you're going to have to start some basics. You're going to have to start a foundation and play good basketball.
It's more enjoyable, if you ask me, you know, and to see the skill of the game.
Instead of beating each other up.
You know, instead of, you know, it's like, really? Because that one game, which one was that, Missy? That was that game with
Dallas.
And
Phoenix.
And it was like, really?
And the Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix Suns. I mean, it was the whole time.
It was rough
house.
Yeah. Did you see the guy go out with his leg?
Yes, I did. And came right back in, ready to go. Ready to go, honey.
You know what they do? They
but
say
was that fake? And my grandson said he was fake.
Well, sometimes they go and shoot him up.
Ooh.
They go and give him some pain reliever, and they send him back out there. And once the game is over, that's when all stuff balls down.
How did y'all like Chris Paul? Have y'all seen that Chris Paul, how he played on yesterday? You know, even though he was roughhousing and stuff like that, you know, certain ones I hate to see go out of the game because they kind of still make that game exciting.
You know why everybody's pulling for CP3?
How come?
It's because he's been in the league long enough. He's an old head and he has never won a championship.
Really?
That's right. So that's why everybody pulling for him. But CP3, if you don't stop your shenanigans, you ain't gonna win another one.
Oh my goodness. The games were fabulous. Now, Mr. E, give us the rundown. What's next?
Well, tonight game is going to be off the chain. It'll be game number 4 tonight when the Boston Celtics take on the Milwaukee Bucks and the Grizzlies take on the Golden State Warriors.
Ooh.
Can you give us your prediction, Miss Hinton?
Okay, say that again. The Grizzlies?
The Grizzlies.
And the
Warriors. Who you think gonna win tonight?
Oh my goodness! I think the Warriors will. You know,
you think the Warriors?
When I look at what happened to the Grizzlies on Saturday, what happened? They were slaughtered. You know, I kind of like wonder. You know, are they gonna make that comeback? You know, they may make that comeback with the Warriors.
Who may make that comeback? Do
the
you
Grizzlies,
do you think that the Grizzlies gonna come back? The one that they look up to, he's hurt.
Okay.
Now, do you really think that the Grizzlies got a chance against the Golden State Warriors? When the Golden State Warriors, everybody's on the that was on hurt, they're back.
But they beat them once.
2-1. That was the first game.
Absolutely.
That's when your boy Davon Green got kicked out of the game.
Absolutely.
Now Davon Green done made his stand there. He done put his stinge in there. They know if you want to go roughhouse, we go roughhouse. If you want to be aggravated, if you want to be another Dennis Rodman, you want to see another Dennis Rodman, all you got to look at Davon Green because he can change and can shoot and fast too, so they can change the dynamics of the game at any time. Well,
the Golden State Warriors are the favorites. I mean, even my grandson, you know, with Steph is the number one celebrity for him, and they're playing great. You know, people love that team, and so I am going to go with the Warriors, but I still have my eyeballs on the Grizzlies because sometimes it's any man's game. Sometimes it is.
That's right. If they allow it, you know, here's the thing: they can get hot 1 minute, and then they can get cold the next moment. They can get hot, and they can hit everything under the bucket. Just like, for example, the Golden State Warriors can go out there in the first game and couldn't hit the back of hit the back of a barn. But when you turn around the other game, they was on all 4 cylinders. Look at James Harden. James Harden couldn't run. He was so slow. Folk would call him grandpa and said he couldn't get it. You know, he was history. But last night he said, okay,
absolutely.
Fine. Let's make history.
He did. And the reason I say it's any man's game, because look at that Saturday game with the Celtics and the Bucks. Look how close those games are. It's any man's game. 101, the Celtics, the Bucks 103.
That's right.
That game is tight. So
and
I'm
they
just
play
saying
tonight too.
Yeah, I see it. Celtics and the Bucks again.
So who are you going with?
Ooh.
You know, they got to play 7 games. They got to play the best 4 out of 7. They got to play 7. So So you're gonna see them over and over in Game 4 now. Do you see the Celtics beating the Bucks tonight, or the Bucks beating the Celtics?
Mr. E, the thing about me is I like to look at the season and see how they've been playing. Because I don't want to just go on the fact that a team is, to me, then, their name has gone down. And Celtics, when I hear the Celtics, I think about my brothers and them, my uncles and them, the love for the game. They love the Celtics. So I don't want to go just on that. I want to know how they've been playing the whole season, and then I can make that prediction.
And that's what it's all about, playing the whole season and then making that prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking for the Milwaukee Bucks to take it.
Okay.
I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks, and I'm going with the Golden State Warriors.
I think, now let me say this. According to the game on, on Saturday, I didn't see that particular game, but I have a feeling that those two teams are pretty decent, pretty good teams. That, like I said, either one of them could go. But are there any players, Mr. E, that stands out that you figure would really take the lead and take the team to where they need to go in that game?
Well,
the Bucks and the Celtics.
Well, you got to look at it. I believe that Asanis, whatever his name is, Asonic, he's gonna take over.
Oh.
He's gonna be a madman tonight.
Oh wow!
But when I looked at the Dallas Mavericks play last night,
yes,
I saw them two Caucasian brothers.
Did you see them?
Did
you see them?
I saw them too.
What was that? They were beasts.
And they said the white boys can't jump. But I saw
they
that
were
last
beasts.
night. That's right. And then the brothers came and started sweeping up the kitchen.
Ooh.
And started doing what they
I
did.
said, and they knew they were playing good. Those Caucasian brothers, I think it was number 77.
Yeah.
And
42.
And 42. And they were sitting up there like, hey, we got this.
Yeah.
Did you see them?
That's right.
And they played the whole game like that.
And they was roughhouse too. They
Absolutely.
got into foul trouble. Now, why they couldn't get them boys to foul out?
I don't know.
Why the Suns couldn't continue to what they was doing and cause number 77 to foul out? What happened was it switched the rule on them. They started fouling that boy because he could shoot them threes from outside as well as inside.
It was a good game. And I tell you what, tonight we're going to be looking at, I am curious about the Grizzlies, what they'll do. Now, they've beaten Golden State before now.
One game.
I know one, but I'm just saying sometimes it's any man's game.
So you think it's going to be 2-2?
All I can say is, even though I wish to go with and want to go with the Warriors, still sometimes it's so close it could be anybody's game.
Tonight I'm predicting that the Golden State Warriors will win the game, and it's going to be 3-1.
Okay.
And that means when it's 3-1, they play one more game, and the Golden State Warriors win. It's over.
It's over. That's it.
It's the ball game.
It's a done deal.
It's over.
Yeah. So, Mr. E, before we go, let's give some upcoming shows.
I want to let our listening audience know that we got some great shows coming your way. On Sports Talk next week, we got Mr. Charlie Hicker. He's going to be our special guest. One of the greatest commentators or sports knowledgeable person in sports. We're going to take him back. We're going to let him talk about the knowledge of the sports that he's in and bring him up to par. And then under the hat, we got Mr. Jason Baker will be with us this Wednesday. Bishop Sutton out of Elizabeth City, North Carolina, will be our special guest, talking to us from a Wharton's perspective on how do men, what's under the hat and issues concerning a man. And then we're going to bring the attorney, and she's going to talk to us about issues concerning a man from the attorney standpoint.
Yes.
Then on that Friday, we got Miss Kimberly Hurdle. That's going to be our special guest. And then we got Rhonda Driver will be with us also.
Yes, they are with our new segment.
That's right.
What's in the Closet? Author Kimberly Hurdle, she'll be here, and Coach Rhonda, she'll be here. as well.
And don't forget, we got Miss Serena Mann that we got to pull back on our
Absolutely.
station, so on our radio show. And that's our lineup, Miss Hinton.
Absolutely.
But if you know someone that needs to be on FYI, or give us a call at 757-714-7861.
Yes.
And we want to say congratulations.
7863.
7863.
78. You said
757-714-7861.
61.
61.
Are you a 6'1"?
I'm a 6'1". I'm not
Okay.
a 6'3".
Let me put that down here.
757-714-7861.
Okay, 7861. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm a 7861. Yeah.
Okay.
And don't forget, we want to say congratulations to Miss Mardell Lewis.
Yes.
Congratulations, you have won our Mother's Day gift card. So we'll get back with you, so we'll know where you can come and pick up your gift card on FYI.
Absolutely. I want to thank you all, the ladies. Pie, honey, you all really showed up this week.
Delicious.
This last week. Thank you so much. Look, pies Tuesdays and Thursdays. You all can get those pies. Please tell your friends, tell everybody about the ladies' pie. And we have pies, we have cookies, we have mini pies, we have deep dish pies. We're going to have some other things on the menu as well. And so you all please support the lady, because the lady is going to support you. Also, the ladies' music. Go online. Mr. E talked about the children's song. There's one from years ago. But there's one, My Little Angel. It's a recent song. It is a beautiful jazz ballad. And I need you all to go support those songs. Tell your friends, share the information. Also follow us, like, share, comment, subscribe. We need the numbers. We're trying to go on a platform of TikTok and Instagram. And in order to go on those platforms, you need 1,000 subscribers or followers. And I'm almost there with my personal page. I need 250, 200, less than 250 on that page. But we just started FYI's page, Mr. E, and we are a long way from 1,000. So we need you all to tell your friends, share the link, and help us to get on board this live train.
That's right.
With TikTok and Instagram.
Because we want to bring you the best. When you look at it, we'll be on 11 platforms serving you all the tea. On 11 platforms. And look, congratulations. Oh, yeah. Bullying is right underneath your nose. Yeah.
So, so please follow us, but also follow the link for the book that's coming out real soon. You can download it. You can get hard copies in order. Again, the Ladies Pies, Ladies Music. We host. Please tell them, Mr.
Right.
E.
And if you need someone to host your event, summer event, winter events, you name it, we'll do hot funds, you name it, we will come out there and entertain and host your event and let folks see who the lady and Mr. E is, the brain and the bronze.
Yes.
That she's the brain on the bronze. And don't forget, we want to make sure that you see who we are, and you can help us. So
we'll be vending soon. We'll be also you'll be able to come and see us in the studio too. FYI Radio Show in the studio. But anyway, make sure you all let us know if you are interested in being a special guest, intern, or sponsor. I want to say good morning to James Slade, who is watching right now. We thank you all for coming on, and we thank you so much for your support. We're going to see you on Wednesday. Life coach Jason Baker, author and consultant. He's going to be on our segment, What's Under the Hat, Issues Concerning Men. This has been wonderful. Sports Talk has been all that. I look forward to looking at the games and coming back and sharing with you and our guest on Monday with Sports Talk again. Be blessed, Mr. E. Take it away.
I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, Lady Hinton. I'm Everette, the co-host. Join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10. Oh, by the way, just want to let you know that starting June, we'll be on for 1 hour. We start at 9 o'clock and to 10. So guess what? We'll be here with you for the long haul, and you can join us right here on WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350, on Not Peace 95.3, and also on 88.7 101.9 Joy. All right. And on all the rest of the platforms that's strolling down at the bottom, that's Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook Live.
Yes.
You can catch us on any one of those links.
Jay, God bless you.
God
We're going to
bless you.
see you on Wednesday.
And have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And happy belated Mother's Day.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye now.